A week after the threatening encounter, an unmarked envelope slid under my office door. Inside, a cryptic note spoke of a secret meeting at an old warehouse on the outskirts of town, implicating the mayor in dealings far beyond the mundane. The note bore no signature, no clue as to its origin. It reeked of danger, yet the journalist in me couldn't resist the lure of this lead. I made a decision that night, one that could alter the course of this investigation and perhaps my life. I prepared my hidden camera, a device no bigger than a button, and set out into the darkness. The warehouse stood like a forgotten relic from a bygone industrial era, its walls scarred with the passage of time. Moonlight cast eerie shadows across its facade, turning it into a tableau of suspense right out of a noir thriller. I found a concealed spot near an old shipping crate from where I could observe the entrance. The chill of the night air was a small discomfort compared to the pounding of my heart as I waited. Hours passed, and then, as if materializing from the shadows themselves, a line of sleek vehicles pulled up to the warehouse. First to step out was the mayor, his familiar figure unmistakable, even in the dim light. He was followed by several individuals, their features obscured by the darkness. They moved with a sense of purpose that spoke of power and secrecy. From my vantage point, I began recording, the camera capturing every movement, every exchange. The conversation that unfolded was a dance of shadows and veiled references. The mayor spoke of projects and arrangements, his words laced with a confidence that came from unchallenged authority. The figures, their voices low and measured, discussed logistics and payments, their language coded, but their intentions clear. It was no longer just about overpriced contracts. It was a network of corruption, tentacles stretching beyond the confines of our small town. With the evidence in hand, a sense of urgency overtook me. I sent the recordings anonymously to my federal law enforcement friend, imploring immediate action. The evidence was damning, a clarion call for justice that couldn't be ignored. I waited, each day a test of patience and resolve, the weight of the truth heavy on my shoulders. Then, in the early hours of a misty morning, the town awoke to the sound of sirens and the sight of federal agents descending upon the mayor's residence. The operation was swift, precise, a culmination of weeks of fear and uncertainty. As the mayor was led away in handcuffs, a hush fell over the onlookers. It was a moment of reckoning, the fall of a figure once trusted and revered. The aftermath was a mixture of shock and relief. The town reeled from the revelations, the depth of the betrayal leaving many disillusioned. Yet, in this cathartic release of truth, there was a budding sense of hope. The mayor's arrest was more than just the end of corruption. It was the beginning of healing. In the solitude of my office, I reflected on the journey that had brought us here. The town, much like the leaves that had turned from vibrant to fallen, had undergone a transformation. We had lost our innocence, but in its stead, we found a unity forged in the fires of truth. My role as a journalist had never been clearer. I had exposed the darkness lurking beneath the surface, and in doing so, I had reaffirmed my vow to seek the truth, no matter how deep it was buried or how daunting its discovery might be.